Welcome to Tiny Rails, the fun little game with a train. And this episode, I'm going to be doing something a bit different. Here comes my train, currently with the Flying Scotsman engine, a few cars at the front, and a load of cargo cars. Lots and lots of cargo cars and a nice little green caboose at the back. Right, here we go. Okay, my train is currently going to park itself at Oklahoma City. Right, in the last episode, I was down in South America Upper for the first time, and I've hit a flaw. The flaw being that the South America Upper has 7 tasks, one of which includes travel to 30 cities and buy or upgrade 60 train stations. The problem with that is to buy some of these train stations requires a kind of grey slate resource, which I can't get. From what I understand from the research I've now done, it is available in the Caribbean, I think. And the Caribbean only opens up when you open South America Center, South America Lower, then I think Central America, then the Caribbean opens up. So I can't build these stations, which, I'll zoom in slightly, means that whilst I could build stations like this, I can't get past the roadblock of this station to get the bit of track open so I could get to this one, which means I can't visit these stations, I can't build any more stations out this way. So any station which can be built, I have built, and if I upgraded all the ones I've got left, that would get me up to, I think it's either 54 or 56 out of the possible 60, but still wouldn't allow me to complete all the tasks, which means I won't be able to open the South America Center with me so far. So, in the meantime, what I did do was I went down to Africa South, and I completed that one. I built out all the stations, I was running backwards and forwards all around the world to collect the resources. Probably cost me the best part of 10 million. And yes, I've still got one station to upgrade. At least one. So I think it's just the one. And I think that's pretty much all the stations in Africa then upgraded. So I did that in my own time because it was, well, it's laborious basically. It took me a lot of time and effort to do that. However, whilst doing that, I also went around most of the world and completed most of the resource requirements for most stations. Most stations that I can complete the resource requirements for. There are some stations which I just cannot get the resources for. For example, let me see if I can find one. Nope, not that one. Okay, there's bound to be one around here. Let's go with Tehran. Nope. Alright, let me find one. There's got to be one. Kabul. There you go. It wants whatever these things are. They don't appear anywhere on the map currently as a resource I can collect, and there's quite a few stations like that around the world. But there's about a dozen stations which I can complete the resources for. I haven't done yet because they take a lot of resources, which takes a lot of time and effort. But I spent the 10 million in Africa South upgrading everything there. I've now managed to get almost 18 million in cash, but I don't have to carry a lot of cargo anymore for doing stuff. So what I'm going to do next is go to Denver and start the Africa quests. I believe that's the next set of quests, of which there's going to be quite a few. And if I go to the book, where is it? Africa, that's Oceania, Africa. Which, the eccentric Mr. Higgs arrives with an invitation to the Great Train Race, a world-spanning competition that pits the world's greatest train conductors against each other. So that's going to be the next set of quests. However, before I get to them, I've got a few other things I want to complete. One of which is, for example, Alaska, which is 99% complete. And if I go to the map and find Alaska, which is up here, I have completed all the resource requirements for all the stations in Alaska. The only thing I've got left to do is upgrade Anchorage, which is going to cost me 2 million. So here goes with that. So now, if I go back to the wonderful little logbook, complete 100% of Alaska. Reward 100,000. diamond plus 100,000. I don't know what the diamond does. That's a new one on me, the diamond. But that's Alaska now complete. I'd like to do the same for North America. But, again, going back to the map, there are still quite a few stations outstanding in North America. For example, Las Vegas, which will cost me 2 million. Tijuana, which technically counts as part of North America, which to fully upgrade is going to cost me 3 million. Los Angeles, which is going to cost me a couple of million. San Francisco, and so on and so forth, which is going to require more than the current 16 million I've got. I will, however, spend a bit of money trying to upgrade some of it. That's New Orleans upgraded. There's Montreal, I think, needs upgrading. What's that? Columbus, Ohio? That's only going to cost me $1 million. Now I'm already down to 10 million. I haven't even started on all the Mexico stations. Houston, that's another couple of million gone. Memphis, another million. Nashville, another million. You know, you spend $1 million here, $1 million there, it soon adds up. What else have we got? We got, oh, Seattle, I did mention. Oh, well, missed. It's here somewhere. I'm going to have to zoom in slightly. Because Seattle and the station near it are just too close together. That's got me down to 4 million. If I upgrade San Francisco and Los Angeles, that's me out of money. And I still haven't finished upgrading just the USA. I've still got Las Vegas to go. Are there any others? Looks like I've just got Las Vegas in the USA to go. Oh no, and there's Banff in Canada. So, as well as all the stations in Mexico, which still require upgrading, which again are going to cost me at least a couple of million, 3 million, depending on which station it is. Now I'm basically out of money. And if I look at the logbook, it's still going to say complete North America. Well, it reckons it's 100% complete, but it hasn't given me the reward for it because it knows it's not 100% complete. But I wanted to do that anyway. Then I'm going to do... hang on, let me zoom out again. No, zoom out. Right. I've still got 2 stations which require resources in Europe. I believe one is Copenhagen, which requires 601 candles. And I think one is Barcelona, which requires 725 candles. Candles being things which are not necessarily the easiest to collect, and a load of stations to upgrade. But then I can upgrade all these parts of Europe, all the stations, again, which is going to cost me a load of money. And I've also completed, missed, that's it, Russia East, all the station requirements for there, and Russia West. So, at least as far as I'm aware, I have. So I can then go and upgrade all these stations, which again is going to cost me a fair chunk of money. You know, 500,000 for the next one. So that's $1.5 million a piece. Now that's going to be 3 million. That's going to be another $1.5 million. So it's going to cost me lots of millions. Okay, so that's the explanation of where I am. The other places in the world, they're as complete as they, practically as complete as I can make them. Like I said, there's still about a dozen stations in the world outstanding of things I can get the resources for, but it's going to take a lot of time and effort to do that because they want quite a few hundred of stuff which is relatively scarce. So with all that said, and okay, there's my train. It's at Oklahoma City. Okay, I'm going to go on a... No, I'm not. Okay, so let's say at the front of my train are 3 money-making cars, followed by 2 passenger cars and a toilet. Well, I don't now need all these cargo cars because I'm not collecting a lot of resources. We're not going to need to collect a lot of resources, so I'm going to get rid of 6 of them and replace them with passenger cars, another toilet, and various other entertainment cars. Just purely because A, I can, but B, I'm missing out on the money that passengers can now give me because I'm not using them for anything else, as I'm not carrying the resources anymore. So, that is plan A. Well, I say it's plan A. I'm also going to change my engine, because when I completed Africa South, I picked up this engine, which gives me plus 20 passengers just like the other engine did, but it's just different. And it's matching caboose. Right, so now I need to find first things first, let me find a toilet. Place one of these things with a toilet. If you happen to spot a toilet, let me know. I think there'll be one somewhere. Pretty sure I've got another toilet car. There's one. An Old West outhouse. Okay, that is on page 15 out of 20. Just seeing I've got a better one. Nope, looks like the toilet for the moment. Unless I spot another one at some point. So that's going there. Now I want passenger type cars or food cars or whatever else. And I'm pretty sure I picked up did I pick up a new car relatively recently? In Africa South, I think. Can't remember. If I spot a level 1 car, I'll know I did. But you know, what the heck. For the moment, I'll go shove a maglev car there. That'll give me more passengers. Well, yeah, you're a black and red food car. You do quite well on the food and a few other bits and pieces. You can go there. What do you do? Ah, you're a street art car, but you're mainly a cargo car. Ah, yes, there's the new car. The South Africa Lima car. I'm pretty sure that's meant to say Africa, but it's badly written. We'll shove that on there because it's a level 1 car, which means I can upgrade it. I just want 2 more cars. What are you? A merchant freighter. Well, you do lots of toileting. Ah, okay, that's the toilet I was looking for, the modern outhouse. It's a better toilet than the other one I used. What are you? Oh yes, that car. It's a food car. There you go, you can go on there. I'll reorder these at some point. And what are you? A luxury... No, I don't want a luxury cargo car. The Frontier passenger car, it does a bit, as opposed to the Rusty Traveller. I kind of like the Rusty Traveller. We'll shove that on there. So now I can have in theory, up to 257 passengers. My cargo capacity is, 257 cargo, 172 passengers. I may have to cut down even further my cargo capabilities. But if I look at this now, I've got a 43% bonus. I've got entertainment, facilities, comfort, food. Yes, it doesn't show very well in the dark, so let me head down this general direction, just for the sheer heck of it. Pass the time until daylight occurs. So I'm going to have to reorder these cars, mainly because these type of money-making cars I want at the front, so they're easy for me to click on when they fill with cash. And these passenger cars I don't need near the front because passengers come in and out of them at their own will. But hopefully with my new entertainment and all my toilet facilities, I will get more passengers. So yes, this car, for example, definitely needs to be near the front. This one needs to be close to the front as well because it's going to require to be upgraded. Let me do a bit of cleaning and maintenance. And while I think about it, just check the caboose. Oh, I've got some money in the caboose. That's better. I always feel better when I've got some more money. And I come into good old Dallas, Texas, and apart from the microprocessors which were already on my train, I don't want any of the rest of this stuff. I don't need it anymore. So now this is going to become more a game of me transporting passengers around. The only thing I can hope is that the quests I complete, and I'll go to the logbook for this. Where is the quest? Right, I'm going to do the Africa quest, and then it'll unlock the South America quest. When I complete that, it says complete Africa chapter 4-10, which means there's going to be 4 chapters in Africa, which means quite a lot of quests. But the only way I'm going to be able to continue is if, when I complete that, it gives me access to the resource that I'm missing. Without it, I'm stuffed. At which point this game is going to come to pretty much a dead stop. Which, fair enough, it's a bug, and I very much doubt that the people that made this game, well, I'm pretty sure from some of the things I've seen on the message board, they're no longer fixing it, which means this game is going to basically be terminated at that point until such time as someone comes along and fixes the bug, or I go out and find a hex editor that I want to use and somehow figure out which thing to change in a hex editor. But I'm unlikely to do that because I played a lot of hours in this game, so it's time for me to move on. So that's basically what I've been doing for the longest time, and I now have a complete change of plan, onwards and upwards. So next time around, apart from I've got to reorder the cars now, as this is my daylight slowly coming, so you can about see the new cars I put on my train. And I'm probably going to keep this car here because it gives me 1 food, 1 comfort, 1 entertainment and 1 toilet capabilities. I'm going to keep that car in preference to, for example, the Thunder car, which carries 1 more bit of cargo, or these wonderful Apple cars, which I do like because they carry a lot of cargo. I just don't need them. I will retain some cargo capacity because it's always useful, but I'll probably drop another 3 cargo cars at some point, just to improve my passenger comfort and capabilities. Oh, that's the electric trees car, which is fully upgraded. The luxury food car and the arcade car. So yes, that's basically the plan now. Is I'm going to earn most of my money from jobs I complete and passengers rather than transporting cargo around, which will make a nice change. Which means that in effect, what I'm going to do is, where am I? I'm going there, aren't I? Right, next time round I'm going to go to Denver to start this great train race and the Africa quest, and just go through them as I can at relative speed, because I won't be going out of my way to detour to pick up or drop off cargo. I will just be hopefully going from one place to another, and if it requires a lot of speed, I will replace my engine again with one of my engines that gives me speed bonuses. Apart from that, I just need to collect money, and money, the easiest way of collecting it is completing jobs which require mileage or picking up cargo from obstacles. So I will be doing those as part of the quests for the Africa stuff. So that's pretty much it for this episode. This was a change of plan episode, because I'm pretty much changing the way I'm going to be playing the game now to be passenger and completely quest oriented rather than cargo and area oriented, because thanks to South America there's basically a blockage of me opening new areas and being able to build any more stations or find any of the cargo that I'm missing. Alrighty, well that pretty much sums up everything I've done. Now we've got full daylight. This is my new car. Like I say, I will change these cars around so it's easier for me to control the configuration. That's what it now looks like. And as I say, it will change again. Probably these 3 cars will probably disappear. Maybe in the next episode, or maybe just at some point in the near future. And I'll see how it goes from here. I would say I hope you enjoyed this, but it really wasn't something to enjoy. It was just more information than anything. So I hope you understand the reason why I'm doing this, and the downside of this game looked like having a terminal bug. And hopefully I'll see you down the track for more of Tiny Rails in the near future. Cheerio for now.